This week, the Environment Programme will be visiting Morocco, which is beginning to diversify its energy sources. Then we'll be seeing how and why certain pesticides have just been banned from the European Union. We'll be discovering an extremely rare animal, the solenodon. Finally, we'll be going to Antarctica, where researchers are studying the climate. Morocco has just been accorded 76 million euros from the European Union for it to modernise its energy sector. The Moroccan government has pledged to strengthen the security of energy supplies and develop renewable energy. These reforms will enable Morocco's market to integrate the EU market. Herbicides, fungicides, pesticides. So many products used daily by farmers. Gloves, a mask, totally waterproof clothing. This is the new outfit for farmers today. Safety instructions are to be taken seriously, whether the use is in the air or on the soil. As for the consumers, they are demanding more and more information on the quality of the fruit and vegetables they eat. This is the fight of many scientists who are trying to show the toxicity of these products. With 9 million litres of Roundup sold each year all over the world, the American agrochemical group Monsanto holds a world record. For the first time, a study led by Gilles-Éric Serralini from the French Committee of Independent Research and Information on Genetic Engineering showed that the active principles of Roundup, one of the leading products of this company, could kill human cells even at infinitesimal doses. The agrochemical group reacted by means of a communiqué. It considers the French researcher intentionally misappropriates the normal use of Roundup in order to denigrate the product, even though it's been shown to be safe for 35 years all over the world. The scientist agreed to reply to our questions. There are several formulae of Roundup which have been classified dangerous for the environment, especially for aquatic life. Quite a lot of it is diffused in the waterways, the rivers, surface water. When you go further and look at the effects in a test tube, the effects on the cell, effects on the laboratory animals, effects on wild animals, effects on farm animals, effects on humans, where accidents are concerned. There's no doubt about it. We don't have to wait 30 years for epidemiological studies to understand that there's an impact. For the moment, Monsanto says Professor Serralini used the product for something that it wasn't meant for. This is really serious because it means that they themselves don't do the same tests with their products on human cells at infinitesimal doses before putting it on the market. There's always a gap between the progress of scientific knowledge and that of regulations. One goes at the speed of research, the other goes at the speed of political fights in Parliament. We imagine there's a gap. Yet this gap is dug instead of being filled in by lobbying, meaning that we're going to continue with useless debates and uncertainties, while there aren't any. But there is an awareness in France since the Grenelle, with the 50% reduction of pesticides, stopping false and useless advertising. The rhythm we take really depends on the population and the priorities that they put to the politicians that they elect. Faced with the large industrial groups, politicians are beginning to make decisions in favour of the population, backed up by scientific studies that are more numerous and have more media coverage. A few days ago, the European Parliament made an unprecedented decision. 22 substances used in pesticides were declared carcinogenic and toxic and banned from sale. Amitrol, iprodione or thiacloprid, so many barbaric names to refer to molecules that are toxic to the reproductive system or the hormone system. This decision applies from now on, but it doesn't concern the previously mentioned Roundup. Take a look at these pictures. This extremely rare animal was filmed for the first time during an expedition in Central America a few weeks ago. This is a solenodon. It's such an ancient mammal that its ancestors may have rubbed shoulders with the dinosaurs. The scientists are so intrigued that they have just taken some DNA samples to learn more about it. And Antarctica, the most inhospitable part of the planet. These last weeks, scientists at the French-Italian base in Concordia have been able to continue their study of the ice cores. By analysing air bubbles stuck in the ice, we can measure the concentration of greenhouse gases and compare it to the variations in the climate. We notice that there's a very close correlation between the two signs. What's happening now is a kind of role reversal. In the past, it was the climate which, in a way, influenced the greenhouse gases, whereas today, under the effect of human activity, we emit greenhouse gases. We expect to have the opposite, which is a rise in temperature further to a rise in concentrations of greenhouse gases. A rise in temperature which can already be measured. The white and immaculate continent, the South Pole, is already subjected to this warming.